Yo, what's up YouTubers? Welcome back to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now, I'm Aspie and I'm all about creating mental health and awareness versus sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and everything that comes into the territory of the Asperger's syndrome, along with hopefully just sharing some tips and advice versus just, some words of encouragement to uplift you all when you're down and up with your personal struggles. So hopefully some of these personal video messages I've been sharing so far has been giving you some clarity, understanding, peace and hope towards your personal struggles, as I know that it's not easy to try and seek out for the right people around us to get the help we need in the right spur of the moment or what have you. But I'm here not to judge you or anything. As said, I'm here to uplift you and support you as best as I can and my best ability, despite my personal struggles I go through in my life, and hopefully we can learn something as we go along, as well as grow together, mentally, physically and spiritually. So today, obviously, as you know, I want to bring out some more video messages as well as in the next few weeks. So if you feel in your heart, as always, share them around to family and friends, because I feel that some of these things need to be shared, of these everyday personal topics that maybe come across, regardless what they may be, so that hopefully that we can just connect and engage one way or another. So hopefully, in all further ado, that we can help one person at a time if need be, or help many on one day at a time. Who knows? Choice is ours at the end of the day. So let's begin this. This one's going to be all about sometimes we all have to lose. As we know that sometimes in life that, when certain things gets out of hand, sometimes we need to take a step back, or even just, rest assured if we think that something's not right in our heart, to do so, to continue on, be it, something that we endured for so long, like an ongoing relationship that's not going anywhere, or just some form of, everyday thing that we go through, regardless what it may be. Maybe we're getting sick and tired of the same job and we're trying to, hand in our resignation and eventually find out, another job, even though the world is tough out there, but obviously something is testing us in our day and age. It has come to my conclusion right now also, while I've been meditating and all this, that I've learned in my own personal struggles, basically, that I can't always win. I've lost a few things along the way, regardless what it may be, but then again, as I said in one of my parts of it, it's all about building it all up again based on my confidence and everything I feel about myself. No one can do it for me, obviously. It's up to me. Choice begins with me, ends with me, down straight. So no matter where I'm at in life, hopefully people will just, accept it or reject it, so to speak. It's all about, like I keep telling myself, even though I know I'm not here to please everyone on this planet, I'm here to, do what I feel is right for me. And if some people along the way that I make friends or enemies to, hopefully one day will understand that in their own way. I'm not going to force it upon them. I know for a fact also, when I've been going through certain personal struggles, of the ones I can't win of these personal struggles alone, basically, that, it is teaching me something in my everyday lifestyle, regardless what it may be. I know for a fact that, regardless where we're going or where we're heading, basically sometimes with these personal struggles comes some form of message behind it all, and sometimes it does maybe take us a while to understand with that mistake or what have you that we are trying to, either correct or fix. That, maybe it wasn't worth fixing in the first place. But as I said, a classic example, a broken relationship. Sometimes we have to, or got to lose one way or another, though regardless, I feel I've realized also to be sure that I'm on the right track of things, that I need to be in the right frame of mind. This is like, being the right form of support network with family, friends, whoever I can trust to lean on in my personal struggles, basically. And that I know for the sake of what we go through in our personal struggles, regardless what it may be, it sure as hell sucks, but that's just life, how it is, but it's how we perceive it and how we understand it, obviously, in this day and age, and how we're going to go about it based on our everyday choices. Again, it starts with us, ends with us, so to speak. I've learned, and also basically losing teaches us maybe how to win like anybody else in life, regardless what it may be. But even though, like I said to you guys, that, little baby steps at a time with me of what I'm making and my successes in life, regardless what it may be. And I believe that regardless of what I've been through in my past to leading to this day, that something good will come out of it. Excuse me. But sometimes it's when it comes down to losing, I know some people, not all, I'm not going to pinpoint who or what have you, I'm just stating facts and truth here, that some people may just want to give in, throw in the towel, swear, cuss, whatever else they want to do, you know, when the going gets tough. Again, it's all in the mindset, how we think about ourselves. Can we endure everything in this long haul of everything else? Some will keep on giving up though, however, and may tend to give in to whatever is needed to actually be done. They'll quit, they'll start creating negativity and doubts in themselves, you know, about their worth as well, you know, and then that mindset for that given moment, however, they'll think that they're a loser, they're hopeless, etc. I'll tell you this, no, stop it right now, you're better than that, you know, despite those personal struggles, whatever it may be, you can conquer it. It's all in your mindset, you can do this regardless what it may be. Okay, I learned also though, however, losses can teach us how to win, losses can teach us how to succeed, and losses can teach us to become a better person regardless what it may be, you know, even if it was, as this clear example I'm sharing in this video is all about basically, you know, shining out and letting go of that broken relationship. You know, yes, life throws a lot of challenges at us, you know, and yet despite these everyday challenges it throws at us, it tests us in our personal strength, our mindset and everything else. Are we ready and equipped for actually fighting this personal struggle, whatever it may be, you know, to be that better person that we want to be, regardless if we were a bad person in the relationship, boy or girl, not pointing fingers or whatever, but, you know, are we ready to do that? Usually our mindset will then begin to change and will be easy to drop into that victim mindset, however, regardless how hard it will be. I was once upon a time one of that type of person, I'll admit now. It was never easy, but I've, you know, conquered through it all. Yes, I do struggle with my personal struggles every day of my self-confidence, even though many people may think, you know, I'm happy, positive and everything else. But, you know, I do have my down days like anyone else, but I still try to pick up my bags and actually, you know, keep going forward and still trying to look back towards what was in the past, what was and what will be, so to speak. I've realized now when I'm losing, I'm actually doing the opposite. I'm winning, you know, regardless if I felt like I was going to quit anyway. I am what I am today and what I am becoming because of all these personal, you know, struggles I've been through, and because of the tears I've maybe cried of my past, regardless of some of the tears were wasted on my past. And it had to come to a standoff point for me, maybe, as he said, to the rock bottom, to realize that why the hell did I was thinking that in the first place? Why was I crying over something that wasn't worth crying over or worrying about? To this day, yes, I still struggle with, you know, my anxiety, as I said, but I am getting better with, you know, just taking a few things at a time. I've also realized, regardless of what it is, you know, of all these tears I've cried in the past, whatever, you know, watered into the magnificence of my better being, of who I am in the present. Of all the times my heart was broken, however, I felt used, abused, you name it, you know, I've been there, done that. I learned the real power of true love, regardless of trying to, you know, reserve myself hopefully for the right person, regardless what it may be, even though hopefully, you know, whoever I'm with, especially at the moment, as I try not to question, you know, the status quo of what I'm with at the moment, even though I just don't want to say too much about this, but hopefully something good will come out of it. Every job I apply for that I was denied for will open up more doors of opportunities. I know that for a fact. I know that despite the long years of me trying not to give up and throw in the towel, you, after hearing a lot of no's, you know, it does get frustrating, even though I'm like at this point of time in my life thinking, do I need to just stay still or do I need to move on from where I'm sitting right now to actually get further in life? Who knows? But we're gonna have to wait and see if I'm, you know, willing enough to get out of that comfort zone, even if it means it comes at a price. Every failed and broken relationships has led me to some true love, not all, you know. Sometimes it does take time just to lose people in the process of that has been around me, that will remain true to me, regardless what it may be, what I've been through, even though sometimes many people know that I just sometimes keep to myself and just try to do it on my own, regardless of me trying not to fear, not to ask for help when I need it, even though I'm a bit stubborn for that asking for help process. I always thought that, you know, within this though, within losing the people around me that I thought were the ones that were bad for me, that were the bad fruits, you know, just to shake them off and let them go, you know, because as I said to myself, I didn't want to get into their mess in the first place. You know, I thought that basically that with the support that I had was to show that I'm actually becoming the stronger, you know, man or woman, whatever you want to call it, you know, of what I thought and imagined. To open up, I had to challenge myself. Never thought I had to, but I did. And I guess you guys would be the same if you know, if you understand where I'm coming from with all this messaging that I'm telling you today. You know, to open up a challenge you never thought you had, even though right now in the past I've lost a lot of people along the way who hasn't. Basically, if I didn't let them go, I wouldn't realise the potential talents that I've had that was, you know, forced me to recognise these gifts and talents that I needed to share within other people's reach, you know, regardless what it may be. Even though it's taken me quite some time to find those gifts and talents, however, it also forced me to depend and lean onto God, basically. So maybe, you know, my loss wasn't always a loss. Sometimes the greatest disappointments will lead to higher blessings, regardless what it may be. Sometimes your greatest losses and your biggest wins, because why is this? It teaches us to be stronger. It teaches us how to win in life. You know, it teaches us how to be a champion in that champion mindset. You know, sometimes we've got to lose to work it out. Sometimes we've got to fall in love with your struggles. Got to, you know, fall in love. I know it's hard. Let's face it. I'm still learning to this day on this journey called life. I know it's, you know, rough and tough, and you're going to question yourself or basically start doubting yourself through something that is maybe personal, regardless what it is, but you've got to learn to love your struggle. I can't stress it enough, because that struggle will produce some strength that will last forever. Sometimes when we're stronger, we sometimes program in ourselves and in our own DNA, however, to quit, as always. Quitting, we think, is always the answer, you know, regardless of what it, but we need to reprogram ourselves and actually set the record straight that, you know, we are worth more of what we're giving ourselves for. Sometimes in our lives we come to the next level, and again we program ourselves to quit or stop, and then giving up, believing what we can't do. We all have our limits, however. Sky is our limits. I know for a fact that can be hard, you know, that we put on ourselves. We have capabilities. Understand this, that it's not about what we were capable of doing, as you're capable of doing anything, as long as it's the will of God that's in your life. Maybe it's not able to be being capable of, you know, doing but what you're willing to do. A lot of people aren't willing to step out of their comfort zones. A lot of people aren't willing to go to that personal struggle to produce that strength. A lot of people aren't willing to go or want to go through that season of losses or change, whatever it may be at that time frame. Sometimes you need to go through that season of losses. Therefore, there'll be a season you'll lose friends, relationships, friendships, and more. There'll be a season that you'll lose also, basically, and within this, maybe a time that you'll lose a job or whatever. But then, in all honesty, within all that, you know, you've got to realize that you've got to love yourself within losing friends and, you know, relationships along the way. You know, it's also important that we need to love ourselves as a person no matter what, regardless if we've lost almost everything. You can love yourself at rock bottom. However, if you can't love yourself when others turn their back on you, how can you actually give your love to others around you when you haven't got enough love to give to yourself? If you can't, when others choose to ignore you, you know, this will definitely test us to lean onto, you know, God, however it may be. Everything does add up, nobody else does, you know. If you've got you and God, everything adds up, nobody else. If you've got you and your God, everything adds up, no matter what cuts you out, no matter who loses, it gets you. The weapon made for you shall and will not prosper. This doesn't mean as you can and always can count your blessings, regardless what it may be, and on yourself. The number equals to being great. My message for you all today, before I end this, is basically enjoy yourself and your struggles. You know, you may think it sounds crazy. You're thinking, so what? You must be nuts. But I'm not. You know, and you may be laughing at me right now as I'm saying this, but I've learned this from experience. Because that's where and when you'll get stronger in your greatness. These times are tough or were tough. People began to walk out of my life, to be honest with you. And the relationships I had were broken and toxic. I've become stronger. My faith is unbreakable, you know, and stronger than ever before. You know, I know my worth more than ever before. You know, I'm about to take my life onto a new height and next level, hopefully ready to, you know, basically receive what's about to come forward. Enjoy the season you're in if you can in your life right now. You need to know when it is time to let go and move on and remove these people. As so many of us believe we will be staying in the same place, or, you know, in the same season, and we then begin to tell ourselves or even assume that this person is letting me go and I'll never be loved again. That person told me no, so I now can't live my life again or my dream. This person has rejected me and I'm never going to be accepted ever again. Don't let that become lies and excuses for yourself to live your life to your full potential. As you know, it's not true and you've got more to live and give for, you know, and go and offer to yourself and to others around you. Sometimes some doors has to be closed that we want to be open because God knows what's best for us. You know, He's protecting us for our own protection. He knows what's best for our life. Our need is greater in what we want. Understand that purposes are greater than what you want to do. Some doors got to be closed or open. You feel God has left you behind and forsaken you, basically, yet He's answering your prayers through protection and asking God to bring a particular someone back in your life as a relationship. There's something in someone far better and you deserve better to see you're not to, you know, go through that same particular hurt over and over again from that past relationship, regardless what it was. Stop praying to bring hurt back into your life. Pray to the will that He has for you and your life. This is the season to connect with your greatness, season of change and taking you to different levels in your life, going beyond your limits. Keep moving forwards, basically. Darkness falling in, losing strength is, you know, willpower is weak. So that basically ends the one of sometimes you gotta lose. Give me a like for thumbs up for engagements, you know, live it, be it, breathe it. You know the drill, guys. Basically share the love, share these videos around if you feel like hard to do so. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so that you know what's going on with me. Feel free to share these videos to family and friends, as I said. Feel free to follow me on the social media sites AspieAnswersAll on Facebook or Twitter. Choice is yours. So, and all for the do, guys. Thanks for support. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.